MX, and now we're moving on. Pedals. Pedals where your shoes click into, like a ski binding. SPD, Shimano Pedaling Dynamics. That's what SPD stands for. SPD is a recessed cleat. We're here to solve the problems, to answer your questions about SPD and click-in pedals and all of the above. The cleat that goes into the pedal is sold with the pedal, not with the shoe. But you can get replacement cleats if you're going to the gym to spin class. We're starting out with some Surface Tracks shoes. We'll get into that. But in the meantime, let's start with our pedal to start with. We're doing two different types of pedals. I'm doing this Shimano SPD. It's a PD-520. And then we're also doing a Sunlight, which is also a recreation spinning type pedal, also a cleat SPD type. SPD is specific for Shimano, but there are SPD compatible pedals. Alright, here we go. This is kind of our entry. This is a nice entry level good pedal. You know, you're going on getting some longer distances. Some of your buddies are actually got some cleated pedals. You need to want to try it out? Not a bad idea. This is a great way to start. Either types of pedals that we do. This pedal here is kind of a dual action, dual-sided, meaning either side you can click in on. Okay, let me put those to the side for a second. I'm trying to get these cleats out of here. There's what I'm really looking for. And these are your cleats that go with your pedals. Okay. Oh boy, it went in the box. I can get it. What are you doing, man? I'll get it. I get it. Thanks. Okay, so we got 4 little bolts, 2 little cleats, and 2 little bolt plates that go right in the middle like that. And this is what goes on the bottom of your shoe. Here is your pedal. It looks like that. There is a right pedal and a left pedal. If you look carefully, this one even says R, right. Keep it in focus, will you? And then this one's got the left. It says so. L for left hand thread. So that one goes on the non-chain side. Both pedals tighten in the direction that your bicycle goes. Let me give you a little demo on that. Oh, I'll put my bike up in the rack here and I'll put those on. I've been running clipless pedals since they very first came out in the, I guess it was 80s. And I don't feel naked without them. You can set the tension. I've pre-loosened this pedal so I can get it off. I run Crank Brothers pedals only because that's what my bike came with. It came with these Crank Brothers and that's the way I was running. So, we take the right-hand pedal that goes onto the right side, okay? There is some grease already Cosmoline on here. If you have to, in a pinch, put a little Vaseline or a little bit more grease. But so there is some grease on it that comes from the factory. Now we need a little wrench to fit into there. We have one of those. I have it in my back pocket. Here it is here. Both pedals tighten in the direction that the bike goes. Right pedal, right-hand thread, goes on the same side as the chain. So now my pedal is on to my crank arm, nice and tight, tightening it down. Okay, now we're moving on to our cleat. I'm not going to leave this side alone. Oh, let me go on to the next stage of how hard it is to loosen and tighten. If you come in tight here, get out my IBT. I need a little 3mm Allen key right here. It says plus, it says minus. This goes into here like this, and now if I start to turn it this way, meaning towards the minus, I'm making it easier to get in. If you look carefully, you can see my bolt starting to tighten down to make it easier. Whatever I do to this side, I got to come over to this side and do it to this side.
Sounds like algebra.
What? Whatever you do to one side, you got to do the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that's nice. And I got it all the way as loose as possible so that I could take this out for now. So now they're both, it's going to be easy to get it in and get it out. Back up. Now we move on to putting it onto our pedal. The cleat onto the shoe. Why do we go to a shoe? Very excellent question. I'm going to use this beautiful ladies' track shoe by Surface. If you'd like to see it, please click the annotation below. Boom. This has a little plate right here. This plate has got to come out. Again, come to my IB tool. 5mm. Yep, that's it. Again, this shoe can be used for your spinning classes. It can be used on this bike right here that we're getting ready to go. This is the next step. Why do we go to a cycling shoe? Cycling shoes' soles are stiff. They're going to turn your whole foot into a platform. That's the first benefit of running with a cycling shoe. So now that comes out, right? Boom. Look at that. I got 2 little sets of holes. How sweet is that? Personal preference, I usually like to put it in the middle. Put the bolt plate in the middle. And then I'm going to take my cleat. I'm going to go into my top, the front ones. Seems to be the way to go. And I'll use this. Get that tight. How much time are we on there?
6:27.
Not too bad. 3 minutes left to go. I like to keep them under 10 minutes, especially long ones like this. It's easier for uploading purposes too. Make sure you get your pedals, your cleats in there straight, your screws in straight. A little bit on each one. A little bit on each one. Okay, leave it just a hair loose for now. Okay, now back it up again. Now I can move it. I'm still just a little too tight. I can move this thing this way like that. I can move it up and down like this. Usually what I like to do, and depending upon how you walk, I'm going to try to put it right in the middle. Middle of the bolt pattern. Boom, boom. And in the middle of the shoe, straight up and down. And kind of in the middle of the slot. Middle, middle, middle. That way I can go each way if I have to. Tighten up both sides. One side a little bit. The other side a little bit. Go back to the other side. Double, triple check. Don't just crank on one and then go on to the next one and crank the death out of that one. A little crankage on each one. Make sure you get your wrench all the way in there as well. These are nice shoes, nice system. Okay, I'm tight. Now, getting it on and getting it off. If you understand the concept, it makes things so much easier. Here, you're going to catch the front end of this, and then you're going to come down, and you're going to push that down and in like that. Okay, to get it out, it's pushing it to the side. You pull this to the side. So you're riding along, you're going to find that front end. You're going to find that front click. You find the front, pointing your toe, and then push down. Again, this cleat right now is very, very loose, which is what we want in the beginning. And on this pedal, I can do it on either side, top or bottom. What I'd recommend before you start doing anything, do just like we did for both sides. Get them on. Get them on your feet. Don't go anywhere. Straddle your bicycle and click in and click out, click in, click out on the one side, in and out, like you're a rockhead, okay? For about 10 times. After you're pretty comfortable and you understand the concept, go to the other side. Again, click in, click out, click in, click out. Not going anywhere, not pedaling, not doing anything. Just standing there, sitting there, straddling your bike, in and out, to get that cleat motion down. Then when you're ready, click in one side, push off, pedal, whatever it takes. You don't have to worry about clicking in the other side until you get going a little bit. Then you got a little speed. You can go in a straight line. Point your foot, push it down. It's that simple. You're going to be able to pull up on the back stroke. That's another great benefit. Your foot is never going to slip off your pedal again. It's going to be solid. People ask, what if I crash? You're going to be hurt if you crash. Okay? No matter what happens. It being that your feet are still plugged into your pedals, well, so be it. It's not all bad. Okay? It's not out there getting all flangling around. I want you guys to never fear. If you want to see the shoe, click on the shoe. If you want to see the pedal, click on the pedal. If you want to see the next, stay tuned. Check out the bundleizer below for what people also have bought with this shoe. I want you guys to never fear. Bike Man for You is here.